This is a brief presentation to guide you through the entire arc of the change process, from deciding on the habit you want to create to the celebration of your success. The very first step is to take some time to reflect and contemplate on the new habit you would like to cultivate. It has to be fueled by positive motivation as opposed to negative feelings such as blame or shame. For instance, I want to experience a more vital and healthy body rather than I need to diet because I am fat. Instead of thinking in terms of breaking a bad habit, I need to stop eating junk food, you want to focus on what you want to say yes to. At this stage, the why is more valuable than the what. Remember the core value which is linked to your goal, which makes it meaningful to you. Maybe you want to improve your eating habits or quit smoking because you appreciate enjoying a version of you who is more energetic and balanced and have more vitality. This translates maybe into being more productive in life. It is always very personal, but in order to be sustainable, it has to be rooted in your authentic self and your core values, rather than external expectations. A broader vision will allow us more creativity and flexibility for the unfolding of the process. The habit is going to morph and unfold throughout the journey. So we need to think in terms of baby steps rather than a rigid and fixed goal. Instead of saying, I need to eat always healthy, maybe you want to say, okay, I'm going to introduce new veggies into my diet and reduce as much as possible processed food. What is good for you and your goals is what is possible, realistic and feasible. The next step is to acknowledge that you're going to experience resistance along the way, and this is perfectly normal. Change is not going to happen overnight. We need to assume resistance will appear at some point in the process. The reactive mind can be trained. We can elevate the frequency of blame and guilt, but first we need to welcome them. Moving from survival mode to a more open-hearted approach to life requires the use of 5 powerful tools. These are tools that you will need to cultivate when you want to keep engaging in positive change. When negative thinking appears and you experience self-doubt, tiredness, frustration, and the temptation of self-sabotaging your progress, you use these tools to strengthen your motivation and to overcome despair. The first one is awareness. You need to become aware of how your nervous system handles the stress around change and all the emotions associated with survival and safety. Be mindful of your thoughts, feelings, and the way you act when you're in reactive mode. Do you complain? Do you blame? Do you make excuses? The way you talk, the way you name your reality is a reflection of your own beliefs. The kind of language you use when you refer to food, for example, reflects the kind of relationship you have with it. The second tool is self-compassion and gratitude. Don't judge yourself. It only reinforces the downward spiral of blame, guilt, and shame. If you show self-compassion and empathy to yourself, change will happen more effectively and smoothly. If you willpower your way into the new habit, soon you will meet intense resistance. It would be preferable to engage in a compassionate dialogue with these inner voices and show them how to grow and evolve. Hold the space, listen attentively to what they want to tell you. This is the past talking, repeating the only narrative it knows, seeing the world through the same old lens that is familiar to you. The past feels overwhelmed by the unknown and it's not ready for the change, but you can encourage and motivate this part of yourself, giving proof of what the change will bring. You are going to do this using the third tool, your imagination. Use the power of your imagination to create a bridge between the past and the future, helping the past to move safely towards the unknown. Show to this past version of yourself how it is going to feel being the new version of you once you are on the other side. Visualize as vividly as possible the impact of the new habit in your life. If you have chosen to eat healthier, for example, you can picture yourself being strong and vital, enjoying having plenty of energy. How do you relate with the world being this new version of you? And that brings us to the fourth tool, commitment. Ask yourself, what thoughts do I want to start firing and wiring in my brain? How do I want to feel? What behaviors will I demonstrate today? What choices will I make? Rehearse the whole experience in your mind to begin installing the new hardware in your brain. Our subconscious mind only believes and surrenders to what feels coherent with our emotional state. If I tell my conscious mind that quitting smoking is going to make me feel good, but my subconscious mind associates the experience with anxiety and discomfort, the change will never happen. On the other hand, if I create a sense of well-being, a pleasant feeling of breathing deeply, tasting food properly, having more energy and feeling at peace, associated with no smoking, the transition into this new habit will be supported by evidence rather than being forced against our will. The last tool is celebration and appreciation. You want to take some time to celebrate your decision and to ask to your future self, the version of yourself who has already achieved the state or goal you're working towards, how can you support or help in order to get there, to reach your goal? Take time at the end of the day to practice gratitude, acknowledging your progress and being thankful for your efforts. Gratitude means that you're appreciating what you're receiving. You can tell to yourself, I am becoming healthier day by day and I'm grateful for that. You just need to do the practice for 10 minutes or less, but try to feel it with all your heart. When you practice gratitude, multiple chemicals are released into your body that will create a state of hope. One last recommendation: share your vision with your partner or someone in whom you confide and ask for their support. If your goal is to create better eating habits, maybe you want to start cooking meals together or going food shopping and choosing healthier options. Another useful strategy will be to join a support group in order to meet like-minded people committed to a similar vision than yours. Let's do it.